Good evening, everyone. How you doing? Today, we are here to discuss the case of Mitchell Deon Owens, who was age 4 when he went missing from Menlo Park, California on February 3rd, 1983. His mother was assaulted, and then Mitchell was taken. Today, his mother, Ora Farmer, is here to tell us the story and what happened. And some new developments have also come to light. But first, or please tell us about your son Mitchell Deon Owens.
Hi, how are you? Only thing I could say about Mitchell is he was a bright light, and we only had him for 4 years. On February 3rd, somebody decided different. Actually, I guess you can say February 2nd, because that happened at night, 3 o'clock in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
or after. I remember putting those guys to bed, going to bed myself, watching one of my favorite shows, which was Elliot Ness. But anyway, we had this old TV that didn't work well. Every time you passed by it, the volume would go up. And just so happened, he passed by the TV and the volume went up. And I just saw this big giant of a person standing over me. And I tried to run. As I get halfway down the hall or down the hall a little bit before I could make it to the front door anyway, he grabbed me from behind, dragged me to the back. We're struggling. There's object on the wall. I think I grabbed it and swung backwards or tried to anyway. Next thing I know, I'm in my room. And he's on top of me, hitting me. And my son comes out of his room and said, "You're hurting my mom." And next thing I know, I'm being hit with the phone and wake up in the hospital days later.
Days later, wow.
Yeah.
So you woke up in the hospital days later. When you woke up in the hospital days later, and
With my
you found
mom and my sister and officer and nurse and a doctor, I think it was, all standing around me, and I'm looking like, "What's wrong?" And my mom get this look on her face and asks me, "What were the kids?" And it's like, "They were at home." "What do you mean?" And she get this different look on her face that just says everything. And it's like, he's not there. Mitchell's not there. And then the only thing I want to do is get up and go get him, get up and go find him.
hmm
Thinking he, I don't know.
so you have 3 kids, right?
Yeah.
Three.
Um, Three boys that 3 years apart.
Okay, and they were all at home that night that this happened.
Yeah. My 7 year old, my 4 year old, and my 1 year old.
And it just so happened that Mitchell was the one that came out the room.
He was the one who woke up. Antoine was a kind of heavy sleeper, and Marte couldn't get out of his bed if he wanted to.
Okay. Okay. So after you in the hospital bed and you find out that Mitchell's missing, um, I hate to ask you this, but what goes through your mind when you find this out?
I want to go find him. I want to go get him.
Mhm.
I, I just knew he was at home. I put him to bed, and I just needed to go get him.
Right. Okay. And then after he goes missing, how is the investigation into his disappearance?
I think there was like, I can only really tell you what I remember.
Okay.
And I honestly have to say that there was days that, I mean, I was just a basket case. And I just remember the flyers that got started. It was me and my 7-year-old. I remember the only person that ever really, to me, even thought about donating or helping us out was Mr. and Mrs. Head that own Head Market. It's no longer there. I think they've passed on too. But they donated $500, and then um, a couple that was in San Francisco saw our flyers, and they made professional flyers for us and brought them to us.
Okay.
Uh, we get this call a few years after he's disappeared, and we still doing the flyers and calling the police and trying to bring awareness, and with the point of being told we were poor, black, and didn't matter, to the point that it didn't matter to me. I'll be your token, whatever. Just let me get my child's name out here so somebody can tell me what happened to my son.
Right.
I went to anybody or anything that had to do with missing kids so that I can get his name in there.
Okay.
Mr. Collins was really, really nice and helped us out a lot. Um, I just remember wanting my baby because nobody had a right to interrupt our life.
Right.
Nobody had that right.
Right. You're right about that. No, that's true. Nobody has the right to interrupt your life, you know. And like I said, I did have a question now. Was his case on the news and all that? Was it on the news? Did they do searches for him that you remember?
Um, like I said, I was a basket case.
Okay.
I remember my girlfriend telling me she's sitting in the news. It was a article, maybe 3 lines, and she said it was more pre- press coverage on the mayor's dog that got hit than it was on my son that went missing. She I remember somebody saying that he was a runaway. He ran away on his bike. He didn't own a bike. I can even remember people saying, "Well, she's a little shady, that she had something to do with it, that look at her." And then it was supposed to be me with somebody. I forgot to put my phone on do not disturb. I'm sorry. But I was supposed to been went out that night and somebody followed me home. That wasn't true either.
So people just be coming up with things just to try to make the case look bad and not, you know.
Yeah, all this stuff was in the paper and supposed to been reported by the police and this, that, and the other. I just remember the police asked me, can I remember anything leading up to that day? Tell them everything that I can remember. I told them about us going to the grocery store. I told them about a week before when we went to the grocery store, took pictures at All American Grocery Store where we had to get a guy our information so he can send us the pictures. I told them about when I went out to a nightclub a couple of weeks prior with my girlfriend. Yes, I was at the enlistment club. I did win a little dance contest. Didn't even know I won. Somebody tried to buy me a drink. I didn't drink, so I didn't accept. Minding my own business. Came home, nothing exciting about that. Couple of nights before that happened, my girlfriend and one of her friends, we was standing outside next to the car having a conversation like young folks did back
Right.
then.
Okay. right. So years later, um, there's a man in a mental institution, right?
No, there's a young man. Well, I don't like mental institution. There's a young man that need
Okay,
assistance that's
okay,
here in Chicago that has a similar story to my son's story. Um, right now we got to go through courts or whatever the police need to do and stuff. And I can remember one question standing out and saying, "Well, they saying he said he have this car and he got it like this, but he don't have no concept of being in California." Well, to me that was crazy. It's not like you thinking like a cop, because to me, why would he have a concept of being in California when he disappeared when he was 4 years old? It ain't
right,
like he went to high school or middle. He didn't do anything before he disappeared. So why would he have ties to
right,
California?
right. So he would, yeah, so he wouldn't know it. Like you said, if he disappeared, he wouldn't know if he came from California or not.
No, I mean, I stayed in my that apartment unit for a few years afterward, thinking that if he knew anything or remember anything, maybe he'll remember this. Maybe he'll remember coming here.
Right. So how long do you think it will take for you guys to go through the courts to get that DNA to find out some answers on this case?
To be honest, I have no idea. All I can do is my part, and I went straight to Menlo Park as soon as I found out and can get there and gave my little DNA, and all I could do is wait.
Now, is this the first time that you gave DNA?
No,
Okay.
actually, this is my second. No, I think this is my third time giving DNA.
Oh, okay.
Um, I gave DNA about 15, maybe 17 years ago because I wanted my DNA in the system just in case they ever found something.
Hmm.
And then a couple of years ago, they took my DNA so they can put it in the ancestral DNA
Right.
system.
Okay.
And they also did it for this case and to put it in another side of the ancestral DNA system. So
Now, right. Now he has siblings. How has this affected his siblings, and have they asked about him throughout the years?
they can't help but to,
Okay.
but not necessarily ask about him. I have one son that was born on November 20th, and one son born on November 21st.
Hmm, okay.
Michael just happened to be November 21st. My other son happened to be November 20th. So one minute I gotta be happy and smile and put on a cake face, and the next minute it's like my heart is breaking because I can't do the same for the next one.
Wow. So back to back, November 20th, November 21st. Yeah, I can see how that's hard too. That would be hard for me too, if I had two birthdays back to back like that. And like you said, you're happy one minute, and then the happy turns to sadness because, like you said, you can't do for both. You can only do for one. I understand, being a father. I totally understand that statement. Um,
And they were absolutely close, Antoine and Michael. Well, Mitchell, but Antoine called him Michael because he couldn't say Mitchell because he has a speech impediment. And yes, I think that affected my son still to this day.
okay, yeah, the trauma of losing his brother. Right, right. Yeah, I like I was telling you earlier, my whole goal with these podcasts is to get these faces out here. There are so many people who have never heard of Mitchell's story, and I just want to be that person, that voice that helps you get his case out here, and so people can know his name. These African American cases did not get detention 30 years, 40 years back when they were going on. We got little to no attention at all, none.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, I appreciated you guys doing this. I really do, because you're right. We wouldn't be getting the attention that we're even getting right now. But the thing of it is, right now, is to me, it's been 40 years. Most of the people that would know something or did know something, it's
Hmm.
probably going on. I
Okay.
mean, eh, and the ones that was young enough to still be here, they done moved on with their life and ain't thought about it no more because it didn't affect them. It wasn't, their
Right.
child. But there are a few people that still reaches out and say, I remember this case. I wonder what happened to it, or I don't know. I just think if the right person see this, they can give us an answer.
Right.
Somebody somewhere told somebody something. There's no way he just disappeared completely unless there are aliens and somebody did just baby him up. And that I don't believe. So, yeah.
Right. Now, his father was his father in his life at the time, or is he?
No.
Okay. So you
Actually, from what I got out of it when the police asked me about his father, this, that, and the other. I told them who he was, and they went and found him and said, "Oh, he don't have nothing to do with it. We got it. He's alibi out. This, that, and the other." Okay, let me see him. Let me talk to him. Well, he honestly didn't know who you was, and say he didn't have a baby by you, and it's like, okay, how's that clearing him?
right.
But
Right.
they knew more than I did at the time. So
Right. So, and I know you said it's been 40 years. Of course, I know you kept your faith because the faith is what holds us together. Because I got to tell you, you're a strong woman. You're a strong black woman to have to endure all this for 40 some years because I've seen this type of things destroy families, and I always tell people never give up no matter how long it's been, even when you feel like you give up going to give up, just keep on going because there is a silver lining at the end. It may not look like it, but it is. It definitely is. And I just, like I said, again, these type of cases just break my heart. Um, One, because I just found out about this case probably last year. I should have known about this case years ago. And this is my motivation. Like I said, this is part of my motivation to want to help families like yours to, really get these faces out here. Like this is serious. Serious. These are real families. I want people to know these are real families that I'll be talking to, and this could be you I'm talking to next. Nobody's exempt from this. I think people think that, hey, this can't be me. This can be you. This can be you at any
exactly.
time. So count your blessings and, say your prayers or whatever, and, thankful that it's not because there are families that are really going through these type of things.
Well,
And
to me, they just changed the demographic a little bit. All they did was instead of taking little kids, babies, which my son was, they're taking all our almost adult kids. There's like 5 to 15 kids a day missing. That is absolutely crazy. That doesn't make any sense.
it doesn't. You're right.
I
And it's
mean, they just vanished with no leads to them whatsoever. I mean, is if there's a code out there that's killing our kids, we need to find out what it is or find out how to figure out how to keep them away from our kids or something. Because our kids are just vanishing. Just like it's too many heartbroken mothers and fathers out there because our kids are disappearing.
it is. It's a lot of yeah. I was speaking to a mother whose daughter went missing in December, and unfortunately, they found her remains. I believe in January, and it's just like it's hard. Like I said, I've talked to so many families, so it's hard just to hear those type of stories. But those are also the type of stories that motivate me to want to do more. Because sometimes it's hard for me to post a post. It's hard for me sometimes to even like ask certain questions on the podcast But I know that those are the type of questions that I need to ask, and the things of that nature. But yeah, it is.
If
It
I
is.
can, I'm sorry,
No, go ahead.
but
You got it.
I was going to say, if I could say anything to anybody that's listening, I think our laws need to be changed for pedophiles. I don't think you should be able to harm somebody's kids and go to jail for 5 months and you back out because that child is hurt for the rest of their life. I don't care how you look at it, one way, shape, form, or fashion. That child is hurt for the rest of their lives. And going to jail for 6 to 7 months, getting patted on the back. Oh, he should have known better. Boys would be boys. All that stuff should be outlawed. That's just crazy.
Yeah, you're right about that. I agree. Pedophiles should get. I know one state they're doing death penalty for pedophiles that do something to kids. Like this is mandatory. Forget what state that was.
Anybody
I
anybody
was
heard a child under the age of 10 years old? There's no. It shouldn't be no trial. You should automatically go to prison for the rest of your life, if not be electrocuted.
Yes, I agree because those are the most those are the real monsters because I think drug dealers get more time than the child molesters.
Yes.
And we definitely got to change that law. Definitely, we definitely got to change that law, like you said, and to protect our children because, like she says, five to 15 kids go a day, and this is not just one state. This is all over. This is different states. I'm here in Delaware. Kids go missing. Philly, New York. It's just all over. And then, also too, trafficking is a big thing now too. They're trafficking our kids about this internet. We got to watch our kids' phones. I'm telling you, it's a whole other world out there. The internet is
Yeah.
kind of yeah.
But look at what's happening in Texas. They found all those bodies down there in the river down there.
Hmm.
That ain't just. This is just. We're going to hell in a handbasket, and I think the wrong people are being hurt because of it. Our kids,
Yeah, right. And our kids are supposed to be protected at all costs.
at all costs.
At all costs. At all costs. If anybody's just joining us, I'm sitting here talking with Oral Farmer, talking about the February 3rd, 1983, disappearance of her son, Mitchell Deon Owens. He was 4 years old when he went missing after Ora was attacked. We're sitting here discussing his case. It's been 40 years now. His family still fighting for answers, still fighting for justice, some kind of information. We need
It ain't
everybody.
nothing.
Huh?
It ain't even necessary justice anymore.
Right? Okay, I
It's
get.
it's
Okay,
answers.
answers.
My
Okay.
Yeah, my mom done passed two
Uh,
years ago, and she'll never know. And here it is, my brother. He's sick. He might pass. He'll never know. I don't want to leave this earth not knowing.
right. Right. I think that's the worst. I tell people, everybody, that's the worst part of these missing person cases. The not knowing. That is
Yeah,
the worst part. The worst part. Yeah, worst part.
can't reach out and put your hands on 'em. You can't go visit a grave. Y- y- You just left with no answers, no ending to if I can stop a birthday or if I can say, okay, this was okay. He was all right over here, or he, sorry.
No, take your time. So take your time. Trust me. This is hard. I know it's been hard on you all these years.
I would give my life to give his back to his brother.
feel the same way.
I was looking for a picture earlier because I was talking to somebody about it, and I was telling them the story about how we was playing hide and go seek in the house, and this child was smart enough to take all the dishes out the cabinet and put them in the refrigerator so he can get in the cabinet and hide from me.
And hi for you. How did you find you?
Uh, Actually, me and his brothers going through the house looking for him, and I checked the doors, the windows, they are locked. So now I'm getting scared. So I checked my room just in case he snuck by me somehow. But no. Mm-mm. So I started telling them, I'm getting scared. This is you won. You can have any snack you want. Excuse me, but you won. You got to come out. Come on. And um, I said, no, wherever he's at, this ain't right. So I grabbed the camera. We've always had a Polaroid cameras around, Kodak.
Uh huh.
But I grabbed the camera, and sure enough, it's like, okay, now you scared me. I just got to, I gotta catch a picture of this one. Come on, where are you? Where are you? All of a sudden, I heard him snickering. So we followed the little sound, and literally, excuse me, I don't know if it's over here. He sorry, he in the cabinet and just laughing his behind off because I couldn't find him. What did I do with the picture? Well, I was gonna show you the picture, but for some reason I don't know what I did with it.
Okay. If you can't find it, no problem right now.
Oh yeah, I have no idea what I did with it. Just that quick.
it,
Anyway,
it, it's like that sometimes. We put things down. So I do it sometimes too. I put things down, and I'm like, where? I just put it right there.
so I know I had it not even a minute ago.
But it's okay. It's definitely okay. You know. I'm glad you allowed us into your home this evening to to do this podcast. You know.
Well, I did dinner a little early so that way I can sit down and do this without worrying about it. Or I mean, without worrying about dinner.
Right.
But I don't
Okay.
know if you can see that or not.
I can see it clear. I don't know if the viewers can see. Put a little closer. You think you can put a little closer? Okay, we can see it. Okay, you can see it a little bit. Okay.
So
Okay.
he's just nickling his little butt off. When I hang up
Oh,
from this, I'll send you
oh
this
wow.
picture.
He's in the cabinet. I see. Okay, I see. I see the full picture
Yeah,
now. Yeah, he's in the cabinet.
his little butt is that was the. This is one of the only pictures I still have of him. But yeah,
That's a good memory to have. That's a good memory to have. Especially when you're down. That's a good memory to have. You know, the memories are. I know they're not
saved my
like.
life.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Yeah, they do. I know they're not like the physical, but they're really what we have left. And we
Yeah.
gotta hold on to them. We definitely gotta hold on to them.
Everybody like, how you do that? I said, look, I had 4 years, and every once in a while I have to go pick a year and find something. So I
Right.
have a few pictures that I even had a picture the night they now this one you probably can't see, but they're in the bathtub.
Okay.
At first all three of them was in the tub. I took one out, dried them off, took the baby out, took him, dried him off, was putting him in the bed. Next thing I know, Antoine got back in the tub. So when he gets back in the tub, I tell him, look, you got to get out. I just got through putting your brother down. So I got your brother out, dried him off. Get Antoine out, dry him off. I look up, Marte back in the tub.
I thought they were.
So they was doing me with the back and forth, back and forth. The thing that got me was the last one. Marte, when he got back in the tub, he had brand new diaper, whole 9 yards on.
Oh wow! So they were messing with you that night.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another good memory to have. Yes, yes. Yeah. Is there
Always hurt me.
right?
Always, always hurt my feelings because I couldn't remember if I told him I loved him that night.
Yeah, as long as you told him. I mean, I'm pretty sure you told him plenty of times you loved him before. You know, but I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is your? I mean, I know you have a lot of memories of your son, and you should have wanted. What is your fondest memory of Mitchell?
Him trying to be bossy like his mama.
Okay.
They were playing house and he put his little hands on his hip like I be doing and was taking my finger and doing a little behavior self
Oh yeah.
thing. So yeah, we was at my sister's house that day. I didn't grab that picture, but I was doing a collection.
Right. Right.
They had little moments.
Yeah. Like I said, those are good moments. Those are good moments.
Yeah. Best thing I remember, I guess, is because they were so close. My sister had was babysitting for me that day, and she took him to the store with her. So she told him he can have a candy bar or ice cream, whichever one he wanted. So he went over and he picked up two Snickers. And my sister said, "No, you can have one." And he looked at her and she said, "But," he said, "No, you can have one or you put it back." So he went over there and he put them both back. She said, "You don't want no candy?" He said, "Yeah." She said, "Well, go get you one candy." So he went back over there. He got one for him and one for Antoine. So when we got back over to the register, she said, "I told you you can have one." He said, "It is one for me and one for Antoine.
Right.
If Antoine can't have one, I can't have one."
Right. So it's like he was always game for something.
Well, he was always Antoine's go-to person because Antoine has a speech impediment, and he couldn't say girl. He said girl. He couldn't. He had a speech impediment, and Mitchell used to get so mad when they act like they didn't understand him when they try to make him repeat himself 3 or 4 times. And he stood up, put his hands on his hip, and you heard what he said. He said so and so and so and so and so and so. So yeah, they were
Right.
real close.
That's good. That's good. So is there anything you like to say? Is there anything you have to say tonight, or we'd like to say anything else?
We need to figure out a way how to save our children. I don't know what that calling is or what it's called for, but we are losing too many of our young people. Too many.
We definitely are. We are losing too many of our young people, and we definitely have to take care of our young people. We gotta look out for one another. We got to go back to the days though, where we had the newsy neighbor, and we should basically. I just feel as though us as blacks too, we need to come together more. We need to come together more.
We
Uh,
need those old fashioned grandmamas that used to sit on the porch in a rocking chair with a moo on that would hit you upside your head in a split second.
I remember them days.
We need those parents that understand that grandma ain't gonna kill them, that it's okay to be disciplined by somebody else. Because honestly, if you 30 years younger than me, you didn't get any of that. Any of it.
You right about
Yeah.
that.
At that time, they was too busy trying to give them more than they had instead of making them earn more than they had.
Definitely, you definitely right about that. Yeah, I think a lot of kids today are more privileged too than the kids back in the day. They'll never know how we
Mhm.
lived. Like I tell my kids all the time, I said you guys got it way better than what we had it. Y'all got a lot of advantages that we didn't. So you need to take advantage of those. And they understand. They understand. So
Yeah.
they definitely understand. They
But
understand.
some of the kids today, I don't think they can live with the stuff that we grew up with.
Oh, they couldn't. They couldn't. They couldn't live with the stuff that we done. I agree with you on that one. They definitely could not.
Mm-mm.
They definitely couldn't. Definitely could not.
Couldn't do it.
I know they couldn't either. No, they couldn't at all.
And if I was a young person today, I would be scared to death to have a child.
Well, I've heard a couple young people say that too. No lie. I've heard a couple young people say that.
I would be. I mean, it ain't like when we was coming up. I mean, yeah, it probably was doing the same thing. We just didn't hear about it because we didn't have TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and all them other things. But I mean, you, it's just it was a separation somewhere when you see the grandkids on TikTok fighting the grandmamas and the daughters is telling the mama that the boyfriend is touching them, this, that, and the other. We couldn't get all that stuff every day of everybody's lives from California to New York City to Kentucky to Mississippi. Now it's just out there.
Yeah, I agree. It definitely is out there.
And it's killing our kids because we couldn't hold on to none of the stuff that our parents taught us. Because by the time our kids start coming up, it's like, okay, you can't whoop them no more. You can't do this no more. Yeah. I remember my son was about 13 years old. And I was already struggling with the fact that I already done lost a child out here on these streets. So he want to run wild and hang with his friends and stuff and go come home one night about 11:30 or so and go tell me his friends told him that if I whoop him, he, oh, Jesus, that he can call the police on me. I politely took my son to the police station, turned him around, whooped his little behind right there in front of the police. When I got through, I politely dropped my belt, turned to the police officer and told him, go ahead and put your handcuffs on me. Looked at my son and said, when they let me loose, you better be in a found a new state to live in because I'm going to be all over that all over again because you're not going to die on these streets. Not if I can help it.
So did the police
So,
take you?
no.
I didn't take you. Okay, so he got saved that night.
Actually, what they told him said, look, all we seen was your mama turn around and spank your butt. She didn't beat you all over your head, your back, your face. She disciplined you. And if more mothers did that, there'd be less work for us to do.
It would
And
be.
like I told him at that moment, I am going to whoop your butt, but they are going to kill you.
That's true. You gave him a good lesson. I'm pretty sure he remembers that.
Yep.
Pretty sure he remembers
But you
that.
got to remember when I'm talking about he was 13, 14 years old. This is when East Palo Alto was the murder capital of the world, and it's only 3 miles long. And it was the murder capital of the world.
Oh wow,
6 months straight
wow, wow. So you live right there in that.
in the middle.
Well, I'm glad you was able to save your son, and he didn't go off the grid. Like,
I had two. One of them I didn't worry about. The other one, actually, my son, oldest son, told me when he was about 14. He said, "Mom, I don't want to have no kids. I see what you do for us to make sure we got everything we need, but no, and no help from nobody, not our dads, nobody. No, I don't want to have no kids." He's 50 right now. He don't have any kids.
mm,
Now, my youngest son told me he wanted to be a little gangster. Well, he's not a gangster. He did brush the law once or twice, but he's a good man. He really is.
that's all. I think we've all, made mistakes. So he should make,
Yeah, he had to grow up. I mean, he had friends out there doing this, that, and the other. But I mean, he had to grow up. I can only shelter him from so much.
right.
I'm just glad I was able to shelter him from the stupid stuff when he was 12 and 13 and 14 years old, because he could have been a gang member. He could have been something different.
He definitely could have. Definitely could have. Yeah. So Mitchell has been missing for it's been exactly 40 years.
43, he's
40.
47.
Right. Okay. So 40. Okay. So I was right. 43 years exactly. So this past February made 43 years. Did you do anything
Hmm.
special on the day that? I mean, not anything special because it's been 43 years, but do you do something every year on his anniversary?
Yeah, I usually try to do a balloon race, but this time I went back to where he the apartment that we were staying in, and
Okay.
we did some balloon raises. We did it with the police department because they needed me down there for something. So I just made it a whole day of it. So we did a little walk rally and tried to get the news involved, get it back out there. I think if, like I said, if somebody with a heart with some compassion see it, heard something, they don't mind sharing it.
Yes. Yes. Please, if you're watching right now, please share this everywhere. Please share the story of Mitchell Deon Owens, missing from Menlo Park, California, since February 3rd, 1983. We sat down with his mother, Ora Farmer, and we discussed the case, where it stands, and some new developments. Hopefully, I'm hoping and praying that she has some answers soon. The family has answers. Like she said, at this point, it's all about answers. Before she leaves this world, she wants to know. This is our youngest child who went missing when he was age 4. That should happen to no family. No family should have to go through this type of ordeal, endure this type of pain, and for it to last for decades. It's just not right. And again, the coverage of Afro Americans is going to change. We're gonna make sure it changes. One podcast at a time. We're gonna make sure that these voices and these faces get out here. So you will not forget these names. These names are going to be in your head. You will not forget these names. I want to make sure that you don't forget Mitchell Deon Owens and other people, other African Americans that are going missing. We're gonna make sure their faces get out there. Miss Farmer, I thank you so much for appearing tonight. And do you have anything to say before we end the broadcast?
If I could say anything, guys, if it's another year coming up on his birthday and he's still missing, I don't have any answers. I'm trying to, between now and November 21st, do a balloon run. So if I can get a hold to a few mothers in every state that I can think of, and if we can all get together and do a balloon push for their birthdays and their anniversary dates, or even you don't have a child that's missing, if you just want to support us, donate a dime, quarter. I ain't asking for much. Just help us out to do this balloon push.
Let me know when you do that because I'll definitely donate something to it too.
All right. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. And I think I did send you the information for his GoFundMe and a few pictures of him.
Okay.
Actually, I posted a few pictures of him floating around. That was one of our first balloon race right there that
Oh,
I'm
okay. I
looking.
got you. Right. The picture that's showing now. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I even do my hair every year. I remember a couple of years I ended up doing the whole thing by myself. My husband got stuck at work and my son had a brand new job, so he couldn't take off. So I did it by myself about an hour and a half into blowing up all the balloons. One of my girlfriends came by. She seen it, me live, so she left work, came by. So we still try to do it. But this year I was hoping to make it bigger by involving other mothers.
We're gonna help you make that happen. We're gonna help you make
I
that happen. I'm
appreciate
pretty
it.
sure we got some viewers that would like to put like to. If you'd like to appear in this, I'll send it. I'll put the link up for the GoFundMe inside the post, and if you guys want to join, like she said, different states, she'll let us know when it goes down, and we can make this happen. We can help you make this happen.
Like I'm saying, I'm trying to get a mother, at least one mother from each city, each state, to just if I have to send you the balloons, that's fine. I'll send you the balloons. I'll send you the $25 or $30 it takes to buy the helium, but just so we can do it. And if you can record it so we know you did it, that would be great. We just need our kids' name out here in public in everybody's face so they know they're not forgotten.
Right, never forgotten, never forgotten. We're gonna make sure that they never forgotten. We'll make sure of that. Again, thank you everybody. You've been watching the story of Mitchell Deon Owens, missing from Menlo Park, California, since February 3rd, 1983, and this is his mother, Ora Farmer. Again, Ora, thank you so much for appearing and telling Mitchell's story.
Of course.
All right,
Thank
thank
you
you.
for having us.
You too, and thank you, and you have a good night. And I'll definitely be in touch with you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.